This is Jynxzi. He is one of the biggest streamers in the entire world, and recently he has started to pick up Clash Royale. And you know what? I feel a little bit bad for him, but he is absolutely carrying Clash Royale content right now. And apparently he actually has 20 wins in 2018 and 2019, which is pretty freaking cool. But today we're going to try and master Jynxzi's deck. Oh, great. Excellent. This is amazing. Okay. Well, what a start. Snowball does it full counter it now. All right. Well, I don't blame Jynxzi for going with Giant Graveyard, actually. It's a really easy deck to pick up. The Evolved Witch is currently one of the most broken evolutions we've ever seen. So, I don't really blame him at all. And, there is actually quite a bit of nuance that goes into Giant Graveyard. So the one time in ever, the Dark Goblin doesn't want to snipe something across the river. Okay, sure. Now I look like an idiot. As I was saying, okay, awesome. There's no need to add an Ice Spirit to that, by the way. But as I was saying, this deck is actually it has a lot of little tricks to it, a lot of macros that go into it. It's a very interesting deck because on the surface, it seems really like brain dead. But I think there's a lot of things you can do to make your Giant Graveyard gameplay like way better. So we're gonna dabble today. We're gonna dabble and see what we can do. Obviously, facing bait is not the most fun thing in the world, but when we have Bowler and Evo Witch, as long as we can get to double elixir, mwah! I think it's time, ladies and gentlemen. I think it is time to start up the Evolved Witch. And in case you didn't know, guards, any skeletons actually, will help the witch heal. So we're going to tank a bunch of damage. I literally don't care in the slightest, and I'm just going to go with the giant here. We've got our Evo Snowball. We've got our arrows. I'm not worried about nothing. Not a care in the world. Not a care in the world. Are we going to kill that? No. Is that going to kill that? I mean, we don't even need to go graveyard every time we push, really. Sometimes you just have Bowler Giant or Bowler Witch or Giant Witch, or you don't really need to. Wow, we almost killed that, which is kind of crazy. You just don't need to push every time. I hope this still splashes. I think I'm a little washed though. Nah, we got it. So yeah, I mean, we're just gonna be looking at constantly when I can go in with a push, and pretty much just committing to it, because the thing that hurts you is trying to go in for a push and then realizing that you're just not going to be able to back it up. You're going to have to play defense, and that's something that I think separates a lot of like beatdown players from like being really good. Is they're also, there's this like horrible static in my AirPod right now. It's making me like, oh my god, it's making me tweak out. We're gonna get our first graveyard down of the day. I'm just playing it a little bit like scarily here because I know I can arrows the other tower, and then we just take it and win instantly. Maybe it'll take a little bit longer for me to secure the dub, but I highly doubt it. I think we're both splashing the tower, so yeah, I mean, I can't even explain myself. I'm too busy winning. It's next game. As I was saying, you want to be looking at how you can make a push. I kind of want to just naked graveyard the tower first play, but this is supposed to be a mastering the deck, not just doing whatever the hell I feel like doing. Although it wouldn't be yeah, you know what, I'm not going to do that. Okay, I can't do this AirPod noise. Anyhow, we're going to constantly look at my opponent's counters. There's the biggest thing to Giant Graveyard is looking at what my opponents have to start up counters to the graveyard, because obviously something that like really impacts you is counter pushes from your opponent. If I start up a Giant Graveyard push and I get a little bit of damage, but I feed my opponent the biggest counter push I've ever seen in my life, it is not worth it at all. It is not worth it no matter how much damage I get, unless I can guarantee a tower trade. And that's something that doesn't really happen that often. I probably also could have gone minions there, but I was scared they were going to get arrowed and then I wouldn't really be able to do anything about that. So we're just going to chill for a second here. I hope that kind of makes a little bit of sense. I think we'll still go for maybe the Evolved Witch in the middle here, because she does have pretty decent splash. Yeah, she's going to be able to kill most of his ability. The skeleton's going to help out with those spears a little bit. And so now, although we're down a little bit of overall damage, I still think this is a good position to be in. And we could low-key kind of apply some opposite lane pressure. Guard's also going to help heal up the Witch. He does have Goblin Demolisher because I have Witch. I have never seen a Goblin Demolisher in my life until I played my first game with the Witch, by the way. So that's fun. But as you can see here, we're still getting a ton of damage. And we kind of just evened up the playing field. We're literally almost identical. So that's cool. I think we're going to sacrifice minions to the void here. Go with a quick little bowler. Maybe I should try and save my bowler, but I don't really care too much because we're almost to double elixir, and I'm probably going to throw away a tower to build up a push anyways. Beatdown decks are really... you're going to play something else, right? Yeah, okay. Beatdown decks are really interesting because a lot of the time you just don't play too much defense. You don't worry about starting up your Should I go in with anything crazy here? Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should. You don't want to just throw away your tower. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that oftentimes, in order to get a good giant graveyard push going, we're going to have to tank some damage. We're going to have to tank some damage, and unfortunately, that's going to result in a lost tower sometimes. But, yeah, I mean, when I can play defense, I'd love to play defense, like right here. Actually, that's a lie. I don't like playing defense. Defense is for losers. But we can go with quick arrows here. We can go with maybe a witch as well. Just kind of testing the water. I kind of want to see if I can force out anything crazy from him. So maybe I can go in with another giant graveyard here. Or just another giant. Yeah, so now that the mortar is out, now I can go with my giant graveyard. And I can kind of just kill his counters here. I'll snowball the bats real fast. I'll go with the arrows on this. And that should be enough to break through at the very last second here. Especially if this bowler can turn around. Stop being an idiot. Also, he didn't even take my tower. So, yeah, contrary to popular belief, you don't want to slap the giant down first play, because although it can win you games, it can also lose you just as many games. So you either sit here and take a nap, or your opponent makes the first play. And it doesn't look like he's doing anything, so... Oh, what is that I hear? If we count Elixir, we can realize that this guy does not have much to his name after playing just those 2 cards. And so now we can pretty much take this entire tower down. And I could potentially go in opposite lane as well if I wanted to a little bit. We'll see what he ends up playing here. He's just going to go with simple Skelly Drags. They're also going to help back up his push. So pretty good play from him. We're just going to tower trade, and I would try and cycle back, I think, to an air card if I can. I'll do whatever I can here. We'll try and maybe just go arrows and snowball and then witch at the very last second. See if it's worth it to go with the witch. I think it might be. Yeah, we could probably salvage our tower if I can get the witch down. That would be nice. Yeah. You know what? Do we? We barely salvage our tower? Sure, you know what? Why don't we not give the lava player the pocket? That's fine. He's going to have to play like a Valk or something on this. It's perfectly fine. He does not appear to have a Valkyrie, which is intriguing. So now the skeletons are just going to infinitely heal up the witch, and it forces out barbs, and that's a good play. That's a good play. That's a good play. Because now we're going to be able to go bowler, and that's also going to set up our push. So although we don't get that much damage, it's like, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I mean, we got Skelly Drags incoming, so that's not fun. But, I mean, we could just minions. Low-key, he's going to fireball to... Did he predict me doing that and didn't just do whatever the hell that was? Did he try and predict my... I don't know. What did I just see? What just happened? What just... Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm losing my mind. Oh, anyways, Witch is coming in here, and we're going to get a very fat giant graveyard down in just a second. Graveyard coming in. He's probably just going to barbs, in which case we can real quickly just arrows this and then snowball over here, and that should be good enough to get us a few hundred damage. We want to be careful that we're not giving him a huge counter push though. Although this is pretty significant, we could just go with a witch, I think down this lane probably. We're going to get an arrows value down. We have Evo snowball last second for this balloon. I think I'm going to wait just a second here so we can get a little bit of extra damage. We do this, we push it back. This should only get one more hit, and then we could... Oh, that might not get any hits. That was actually really well played. I'm going to glaze myself a little bit. Go arrows real quick here. Snowball like this. We should be able to get a little bit of damage out of these minions now because I snowballed them away from the tower. So that's pretty good. I'm not going to lie, that is pretty good. I think what I do want to do is just get a witch down for insurance and then go with a giant in the pocket so he's forced to play a little bit of defense or not. Okay, that's fine too. Whatever. We'll just go minions here. If you want a bowler, if you want a barbs Lou in the pocket, you go ahead and be my guest, buddy. As a lava player, I would think I know what the good play is to do and what the not good play is to do. And we could literally just, okay, I guess he doesn't want us to go in yet. That's fair. I understand that. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and you're going to like it. And we're just going to snowball everything back. And we're going to get the guards down. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be good game very shortly. Give it up, homie! GG's. Rockman. Okay, sure. We're going to cycle a witch first play. Because to be honest, I was going to say if my bowler is anywhere near my hand, it's fine to just use the witch first play. Because in case we need an emergency air defense, we have snowball and minions. And in case, you know, we need some splash, we have the bowler. But my bowler is nowhere to be seen. So I think I'll just cycle a snowball here because we also want to get to our evos. And this should help me win the witch off at the bridge. Not that I really need to win the witch off, but you know what? Dominance. So why not? This is going to be interesting. I think this is Royal Giant. I've seen a deck like this earlier today. It'll be a little bit interesting to see Royal Giant against this. I don't have the greatest Royal Giant counters of all time, obviously, but we should be able to just throw in arrows here and keep our giant healthy enough to deal some damage. We've got an Evo Witch as well. Okay, Fisherman just going to come in, but it shouldn't hit his King Tower. Nice. So that's not bad. We should kill this as well. And then we can get our Evolved Witch down for his Witch. And we might be able to get a little bit of splash damage here. The Bowler's going to go ham. Hold on, wait, that was actually nice. And this one Skelly's going to help out against the Fisherman as well. So yeah, you know what? That's not bad at all. It's going to lightning it. Okay, great. You know what? Maybe it is a little bit bad. Wait, I could kind of just snowball minions though. And this should be able to kill the witch. Yeah, the snowball minions might be the cheapest, most effective counter that I know of to deal with the witch. I might be a complete idiot, and some guy's gonna like, oh, you can counter it for 3 elixir, but I don't know about that. Ooh, he is down. He is down. What we could do here is low-key giant graveyard. Because we should get at least one. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say we could get at least one of these guys to like help me out at the end here, but it doesn't really matter. What we can just do is arrows this tombstone, and then the giant is still alive. And my opponent was a wee bit too aggressive. If I see them being aggressive, I'm just abandoning ship and playing offense. Nope, we're playing offense as soon as he starts being a little bit too aggressive. And then we've also got the Evo Snowball, which is obviously great for offense too, but could help bail us out here as well. So what I'm gonna do here is just do this. We're just go minions real quick like that. Bowler, and plus the arrows kills the witch, and we've got the giant that is, or the world giant that's just basically dead. He got 1 hit. So we'll go with the witch here. We'll just chill out, and then what I could probably get, I guess, lightning. That's a little bit corny. I could probably just go in here. Why not? You want to get a royal giant down? Yeah, good luck getting a royal giant down and defending a giant graveyard at the same time. Have fun with that, my friend. Have fun. Enjoy. Yeah. This deck is really, really good.